Hi, I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. In order to secure this tarp and have it tied down like a Conestoga wagon top, I decided to use screw eyes and anchor these screw eyes into the 4x4 down there. To accomplish that, I drilled a pilot hole 3/16 in diameter, and that's just because 3/16 is a close approximation to the shank size. It's a little bit smaller than the shank size. And then I start the thread by hand because it's difficult to get it to start using this drill. But then, using this 3/8 eye bolt that's been opened up so it'll slip over the screw eye, I can drive the screw eye down until it's fully seated, and that's pretty easy. Gaining headway. Not exactly done yet, but we're gaining headway. With a PVC pipe in there, it's a lot easier to roll the door up. I can see one thing. This shed is a lot taller than what it used to be. Because having to reach up that high to get the latches for the door is a new thing. But it works. Okay, with the side straps on, I can release these cross straps on the front end and make it easier to get back and forth. Funny, but putting in these ratchet straps is actually less expensive than putting in a fancier method of anchoring. Say cables and cable eyes. The cables might hold more tension but I don't think they work any better. They just work differently. Now we're getting some tension on the tarp, pulling across the top of the roof to this and forming the proper shape for the roof so it'll shed water and shed snow. Here's where it would be nice to have some help. Somebody to feed it up on the other side. So I'm going to have to do a lot of walking back and forth. But I think this is going to function. Not pulling the strap and not getting the tarp. Well, I got the tarp over the top of the tent, and then I got the tent over the top of the tarp. Now I'm just strapping things down. First I did the right side. Do the same thing on this side, because the tent should hold the tarp down now. Once I get the tent on there and drawn up snug, it should hold the tarp. The tarp shouldn't be getting caught by the air anymore. I was more concerned about it during the installation period than it was during the actual time that the tent is up, because like I say, once the tent is attached and drawn up snug, the tarp itself will be captured underneath the tent. Off of it. Release the catch. In there. story went that if you want fresh oats, they cost a certain amount. The price is always negotiable, but they're going to be more expensive. Now, if you're willing to settle for oats after the cow is done with them, the price is lowered considerably. After the windstorm got done with the tent, the quality is not anywhere near a new tent. Even if it's a Harbor Freight tent, which really they're all pretty much the same idea. There might be a little bit better hardware in some of them. The tarp might be a little thicker. The concept is the same. I'll have the right amount of overhang on this side. That tent is going to grip that tarp quite well. Got some tears and holes I got to fix. I got a pretty good sized one over on the other side where that fence post. Got it. Okay, I think we're just about right on the overhang. I probably could pull that back a little bit tighter, loosen the front. Probably would loosen the front just a bit. Now she's an ugly mess, but it's solid. I still have to put the cross pieces down here at the bottom. Those go in and attach to the 4 posts. That's the pieces of steel that you can see peeking underneath the back of the tent back there. Now, having a piece of 1/4-inch plywood, which is something that I actually have, I'm going to go along and put a baseboard on this framework here so that I've got a seal around the bottom. And I still intend to put either compacted or stabilized gravel inside. That's gravel mixed with clay so that you can pack it down and make a hard floor out of it. Or stone. Now the limestone that I've got in here now was limestone left over from a previous project that I just drug out here with a hydro hoe and dumped. It was actually a process that worked quite well because it did stabilize this dirt. Limestone tends to turn into concrete, especially dusty limestone, which is stuff is all ground up and turned to mush, but it stabilizes the dirt. So I've had a good solid floor in here, and I had a tarp down before. The tarp worked, but not really what I wanted to have. This is one ugly thing, and I think a power washing on the inside would be well worth the time. Now the gray tarp is really here to kind of provide an armor plate. You can see the sunlight coming through the brown tarp there. That's where a stick was poking down through about 3 foot. Came out of the maple tree. But I think I'm at a point now where I can stop. It's not going to take off unless there's a huge windstorm, in which case all bets are off.